Been a little while since I've done one of these. Mostly, several reasons. Been busy and been tired at work. Ooh, that's a lot of water right there. As you can tell by my voice, got over a massive cold. Really big one. Still have a massive amount of phlegm. But as I continue to hack that up, my voice will continue to go back to normal. Till then, it is this harsh, gravelly voice. I don't know. Might be better, it might be worse. I really don't know. Anyways, got a new phone. Got a new lot of things. Been keeping up with Hitchcock Handyman at least. I've got a backlog of videos, thankfully. So when I was sick, I was able to just continue to just post the old videos that I had recorded and set up on site for basically this, in case I got sick or in case something happened and I fell behind in reading. I could then post those videos. Whew. I still don't have breathing down again. It's a fun thing. But as I continue to walk at work, which is the great majority of what my work is, that'll come back to me. That'll come back to me. Two major things I do at work: sit and walk. The life of a security guard, right? Anyways, whole bunch of stuff are being recreated. I don't really want to promise what's coming in the future because I don't know how soon it's going to be getting there or not. Looks like the mulch is already back. Oh, they got the fountain still on at night. That's been off for a while. So they turned that back on. I have no idea if it's bright enough for you guys to see it or not, but I'll point the camera at it here as I get closer. Might have seen the reflection a little bit as the lights reflect off the water, but yeah, they got stuff back on at work. It's springtime in Indy. It never really felt like winter hit. Yeah, big old pile of mulch. That's how you know it's springtime. When I have to step over mountains of mulch during patrol. Mostly because the actual beginning of the walk is more than a mile, and I don't need to walk through the park. I just need to walk through the residential area. So, because I'm not worried about people breaking into the park. I'm worried about people breaking into the homes. Really, if they want to jump a fence to go stand in a park there's a bunch of other parks without a fence around here that they can go do that in. They don't have security guards either. But that's what I do. I don't really have a topic this time. Like, I know I've rambled about AI and a bunch of other stuff, paranormal. Today I'm just tired and trying to stay awake. That's the hard part. For the life of me, I did not sleep last night, day for the rest of you, because I don't know. I didn't sleep. I laid in bed, lights off, eyes closed, wasn't looking at the phone, wasn't looking at nothing, just laying there, not sleeping, until my alarm went off. You know how it goes sometimes. Just the problem is, when that happens between 12-hour shifts, means the second 12-hour shift that hits is just like, oh. I'm sure you nurses understand what I mean. I think most of you guys work 12-hour shifts. At least most of the ones I know. But yeah, just figured I'd walk, talk. I don't know. Some people say my voice and ramblings are soothing. So, hey, if that's what soothes you, that's what soothes you. I ain't gonna judge. My YouTube is basically just whatever the heck I want to do today, anyways. So that's what I want to do today. That's what I want to do today. Oh, I'm down another pill, so now I only take an anxiety pill, which is good. I got my cholesterol under control through diet and exercise, and my heart has been acting up less and less and less. So they finally took me off the heart medication. And we're monitoring it still, just in case. But so far, so good. I'm only on anxieties. So that's another pill down. Still have them just in case, but like I said, keeping an eye on it. Apparently walking about 3 miles every day is very helpful for your health. Ooh. They already started weeding. That means they're going to start planting flowers soon in the garden. It means next time I come through here, this is all going to be a garden. I'm keeping the angle up because it has their names on it. Because each plot is owned by a resident. They can rent out a little plot, or I don't know if they rent it or if they just request. I don't handle that, so I don't know. But it's got their names on it, so I'm gonna keep the angle up and out. But it's all gonna be covered in different. Some people grow just flowers. Some people grow, corn, tomatoes. We had one group grow potatoes, and I'm like, oh, it's like I'm back in Idaho, growing me potatoes. Oh yeah. Anyways, happy birthday to me. It was technically a while ago, but whatever. Went out to eat at steakhouses. I eat at the steakhouse a lot, but having an excuse to eat at the steakhouse is better than just saying, "Yeah, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go eat at a steakhouse." The joys of not working minimum wage. You get a little bit more choice in what you eat. Sadly, I don't get to eat at the steakhouse like every week. That would be great. It's mostly a payday present to myself. It's like, ooh, it's payday, time to go to the steakhouse. Yeah, it'd be better to save up a little bit, but I try to. I got some savings in the bank. I keep my savings growing. Most of it's repeatedly going to paying off debt, which I more than almost paid off. See, the massive medical bill I got last year, $8,000 for bullcrap reasons. I got, I had a bad, I want to say cold. I don't know quite what it was. It was a bad cold, really bad head cold. But I was out of work for more than 2 days, had to go get a doctor's note. Well, I wasn't 100% paying attention because having a really bad head cold, you don't. And the person that I went in to get a doctor's note took my vitals and stuff, and then freaked out and told me to go to the ER. I was like, okay. I went to the ER, they ran a bunch of tests, and then told me my heart was weak. And I'm like, no, duh, I take medication for that. I already know I have a heart problem. Which is getting better, as they took me off the medication for a little bit to see how everything's going. But it's late. And then they charged me for the bunch of things. And it was really predatory as well, because I'm like, I kept going. It's like, do we need to do this? Like, it's a head cold. I'm not that bad. They're like, well, this is what it's like, well, you could leave, but we got to, it was really requested that you take these tests. It's not, we don't know what could happen to you if you were to leave. And, you know, that's spooky to be told that. That's really spooky to be told that. That's why I'll never work with Ascension Medical ever again. And I will repeatedly speak out about Ascension Medical. They are a monopoly in this area. I travel a good half hour to go to a hospital that's not Ascension. But I'm willing to because I've never had a good experience with Ascension. Ascension has always been a really, really crappy experience. And it's because they are a monopoly and they hold that monopoly and they are just scummy people. The owners. The doctors themselves, they could be good. I don't know. I've only had run-ins with scummy administration. I barely get to saw my doctor when I went. I had to fight just to see them to get medication refills. Like, Ascension Medical Care in Indiana is trash. Do not do it. Go anywhere else. And I will repeatedly tell people that until they fix their scummy practices. But that's that. And if Ascension wants to drop and like tell me cease and desist, I don't care. This is freedom of speech. You're a scum. This is my review. And I've left several one-star reviews on all their stuff from actual instances I've had with them. But anyways, that's almost paid off for that $8,000. Because I've been like basically throwing my paycheck at it because I want nothing to do with them ever again. It's like, take my money, then I'm not talking to you again. You're scum. You charged me $8,000 to tell me something I already know because you refused to look at the medical paperwork that I've already sent you guys. Gotta get that insurance money. And yeah. Medical practices, wonderful, wonderful things. So, okay, so there's that part of, I guess, the political rant I did today, is the scummy practices of the marriage between insurance and hospitals, and the fact that insurance is forced upon the people. And like, is insurance good? Yeah. When it does its job, it hasn't done its job for years. I'm old enough, I remember pre-Obamacare and Affordable Care Act. Because that's the actual name, Affordable Care Act. Obamacare is the moniker because Obama pushed that thing like a whore. And lied while doing it because, you know, basically, if you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. Well, that was a lie. If you like your premium, you can keep your premium. Well, that was a lie. If you like, basically the entire thing about the Affordable Care Act was just one big lie after another. It's like it might as well have been named the Get Raped by Hospitals and Insurance Companies Act. Because that's what it was. By the way, I'm glad this thing isn't monetized, because that word right there would have gotten me demonetized, even though that is a very accurate explanation of what insurance companies, who, by the way, for some reason, like, this isn't a thing on the doctors, by the way. There are some scummy doctors, yes, but the great majority of doctors do care. It's just their hands are so tied by insurance red tape that's government regulated to the point of death. There's nothing they can do. So a lot of them have, like, especially, like, the longer they're in the field, the more dejected they get. And I can't blame them. It's really hard to be in a field where, you know, you can't help your patients. And you have to fight to help your patients. A friend of mine needs a stent in their leg because it's not getting blood flow to the point that their leg is slowly asphyxiating. And if they don't get a stent soon, it'll have to be amputated. So what does insurance do? Deny. Because that's like the first thing insurance does, period. Because, you know, it's illegal to practice medicine without a license, except if you're an insurance company or the government. Then you can practice all the medication without a license you want. Because they're the one that get to say whether you do or do not actually need this life-saving procedure, having never seen you, never worked with you, and aren't your doctor. I'm sorry, that sounds like practicing medication, practicing medicine without a license. Is that not what that is? And a lot of that was caused by the overregulation. Now, I'm not going to say regulation is a good thing, but overregulation is a bad thing. There's a happy medium. That's why I'm a constitutionalist, because I believe that the government has a purpose, and that purpose is to basically, and I'm going to point it this way so you guys don't see the massive name printed on the side of the bus, because they don't need to be attached to me. But, yeah. So I guess we ended this with a political rant after all. Thank you, everyone, for coming to my TED Talk, to which I slowly got myself angrier by just talking about crap that's happening. Yeah, I'm old. The government has a purpose. I feel like it's slowly been forgetting its purpose. But that's our fault, the people, we got to vote in the people we want. We got to vote in the people that we think will actually do what we want them to do. And when they don't do it, it's our job as their constituents to hold them account by recalls, elections, all the fun things. So, don't just get out and vote. Get out and make an informed vote, especially local, because your local guys, they affect you more than you think. Your mayor will affect you more than the president will. Your governor is going to affect you more than even your senator will. Now, your state senator is going to affect you more than your federal senator. But, especially local. A lot of people forget local. But local elections are really important. In fact, I would almost say local is more important than federal, which is why I tend to pay more attention, because it's very rare that anything gets passed federally that's large. Not only that, but it's the local grassroots stuff, and I don't mean grassroots federal, but the grassroots local. Your mayors affect your state legislation. Your state legislation affects your governor. Your governors affect your federals. It's basically that voting and paying attention to your local will domino up to the bigger people, because the culture, the cultural milieu is what pulls up to that bigger thing. Anyways, you all have a lovely one. I have finished my outside patrol. You all go to bed.